Everything Ezekiel saw was real. Everything he described was terrifying. And everything he witnessed reminds us of a realm we barely understand. The most mysterious angels in the Bible, the Ophanim, stand at the heart of that revelation. In the Old Testament, angels appear 108 times, stepping into human history with undeniable force. They were not myth. They were not symbols. They were real. Abraham met them. Jacob wrestled with one. Moses encountered them in the wilderness. In all, the writings of Moses mention angels 32 times, a reminder that these heavenly beings are woven throughout the foundation of our faith. The Bible introduces the angels of God as the hosts of heaven, a heavenly army, unseen but unstoppable. Angels aren't soft figures drawn by human imagination. They are spiritual forces who move between dimensions, touching lives, toppling kings, executing the will of the Almighty. The angelic world, much like the demonic, is hidden to our eyes, but not absent from reality. Among all angelic beings, one group stands apart in mystery and awe, the Ophanim, the wheels Ezekiel saw turning beneath the throne of God. The Hebrew word Ophanim means wheels. While many Old Testament references to wheels refer to common objects like carts or chariots, the wheels Ezekiel described were different. These were wheels within wheels, blazing with light, filled with eyes, and inseparably linked to the very presence of God Himself. Their appearance was tied to the throne of God, moving wherever the Spirit moved, utterly alive, omniscient, and unstoppable. Ezekiel's very name means God strengthens. He lived during Judah's darkest days, the Babylonian exile. Captured during Nebuchadnezzar's conquest in 597 BC, Ezekiel prophesied to the exiles living by the river Chebar in Babylon. His message was simple yet severe. God had not abandoned His people, but neither would He ignore their rebellion. God opened the heavens to Ezekiel, and what the prophet saw would leave generations stunned. By the river Chebar, Ezekiel saw a storm approaching, a massive cloud flashing with fire, blazing with an otherworldly brightness. Within it were 4 living beings, radiant, terrifying, alive with a power beyond human description. Each being had 4 faces, a human, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. Each moved straight forward without turning, accompanied by massive, sparkling wheels full of eyes. These wheels, the Ophanim, moved with the Spirit of God. They were alive, thinking, and fully aware, a terrifying display of God's omnipresence and omniscience. The wheels weren't random. They symbolized that God's throne is mobile, that His dominion is not tied to a single nation, temple, or boundary. Even in exile, God was there. Even in judgment, God was sovereign. The eyes covering the wheels represented God's all-seeing awareness. Nothing escapes His sight. Modern readers often miss the point. Ezekiel wasn't merely describing creatures. He was describing the terrifying, unstoppable providence of God. Alongside the Ophanim were the cherubim, mighty beings who guarded God's throne, fulfilling His will instantly. The entire scene portrayed the perfect harmony between the Spirit of God, His servants, and His judgment. The thunder of wings, the flash of lightning, the sea of crystal beneath the throne, all pointed to one truth: God reigns. God sees. God moves, and no force on earth can stand against Him. Above the storm, above the wheels, above the cherubim, Ezekiel saw a throne glowing like sapphire. Seated upon it was a figure, blazing with fire and surrounded by radiance like a rainbow after a storm. It was the glory of the Lord. And when Ezekiel saw it, he fell face down, overwhelmed by the holiness of the One who sits above all. The world is increasingly chaotic. Wickedness rises, truth falls. But the vision of Ezekiel reminds us, God is still on the throne. He is still moving. He sees all. He knows all. And His power is unmatched. You may feel exiled, isolated in a dark, broken world. But take heart. The same God who revealed His glory to Ezekiel is the God who walks with His people even now. He moves through storms. He rides on the wings of angels. And He reigns forever. Today, just as in Ezekiel's time, the heavens still move at God's command. The same wheels that carried the throne across the sky still testify, our God reigns forever and ever.